Do tortoises and turtles have salmonella? How common is it? And what is it? Well, salmonella. People often ask about salmonella.
Yeah. When I was a little kid, everybody could buy a little baby red-eared slider, water turtle, and they were sold by the millions in pet stores and 10-cent stores and so on. And after a while, they realized that salmonella was present in not all these little turtles, but was frequent enough, and little kids would have them. I probably had one of those when I was 2 or 3 years old.
And it was a little clear plastic container with a fake palm tree, wasn't it?
Well, it had a little island you could walk up
yeah,
the steps.
Yeah, and they could go up the ramps.
On top of the ramp, they had a plastic palm tree. What a pathetic way to keep a baby turtle. But anyway, and there was water in the
So this is where the big hype about salmonella started, wasn't it?
Yes,
because there was a problem, and maybe from dirty water, and they were getting it from food.
Well, and they're given to really tiny, stupid little kids who shouldn't probably even have had a baby turtle when they're 2 years old.
Yeah,
but,
so kids sort of sticky hands and everything.
And so then the government decided that that little kids should not be able to buy, or well, anybody should not be able to buy very small turtles, the kind that little kids typically got. And so they passed a law that said the turtles, you can't sell turtles under 4 inches.
And you won't believe why.
And that was based on the idea that silly little kids, maybe I did, I can't remember if I put them in my mouth, but I don't think I did, but apparently they decided that a 4-inch turtle, just like other toys you can buy that are small, they always say, Warren, do not give these toys to little kids, because I used to have something called an erector set, which you could make bolts and nuts and put things together, and it was said not for children under 5 or something.
I know, but I guess children explore the world through their mouth.
Right,
it doesn't even occur to you that I put the turtle in your mouth.
The first year of your life, at least the first year, you're suckling on something.
So yeah, that is why.
So they figured 4 inches. Maybe you can get a 4-inch turtle into a 6 or 8 year old's mouth, but not a 2 or 3 year old, right? So the idea was that would relieve the pressure on buying the little teeny baby turtles. That might just cut down turtle acquisition altogether. But if you have to buy a 4-inch one, then you can't put it in this silly little dish. You're going to have to take better care of it. And hopefully the children you give it to can't get it in their mouth. So maybe you're reducing salmonella. I'm not sure what the science is on that.
As a general rule, salmonella is more present with meat-eating species, isn't it? So vegetarians, so in the UK we mainly get Mediterranean species which are vegetarian, so I think the risk is quite low.
And tortoises, I think, less so than water turtles.
Yeah, and it's normally to do with water condition and contaminated food, isn't it, that is introducing it. Yeah. So that's something to be aware of. But some people say, oh, you know, we've had people contact the centre and say, oh, we've got a compromised immune system, can we adopt a tortoise? And we do say no, because even though salmonella isn't common in testudie, there are other bacterias. There's other gut bacterias.
And if you're playing with the thing all the time, you know, it's
and that's the thing for a young child that's actually being supervised by an adult. That's fine, because it's important to. I think we're exposed to animals as young people, and that sort of has sculpted who we are today. But at the same time, it's not a free-for-all. Particularly tortoises, they're to observe and enjoy, weigh, bath, feed, but not pick up and cuddle and have by the TV. Tortoise cuddlers is a term that we use, and
never heard that except here. Yes.
Really? No. No, tortoise cuddling, because people, particularly in British culture, there's such a large population of tortoises in captivity that people kind of see them as a domesticated pet, but they're not. They're a wild animal, and you have to create an environment for them.
Well, I don't know if this is relevant to this discussion, but what's the guy in France, French guy with his turtle village?
Bernard.
Bernard, yeah. Bernard's argument was no one should keep a pet turtle, because if you interview everybody that's ever kept a pet turtle, they'll tell you how it tried to escape or did escape. So unlike a dog or a cat, or who you trained and so on, the tortoises just want to get away.
That is hardline, and I think the world.
I'm not supporting that.
No, I'm not just reflecting at it. Everyone is entitled to their opinion. Sure. I mean, particularly. The world is like, you're right, you're wrong, and actually people are entitled to their opinions, aren't they? And it's like, do you ban it? Do you regulate it? you know, it's a real discussion point, isn't it? Probably for another time.
Yeah, I think that there's always questions of where do the turtles come from that will make you turn into pets?
Mhm.
Are we are does our love for turtles translate into somehow helping them in the wild? How does that work?
Yeah, that's important.
And
Yeah.
zoos can do that and so on. So yeah, it's complicated, and I think
We haven't quite got the balance right across the world.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So work to be
There's
done.
many of the populations are still decreasing no matter what's going on. So it's complicated.
So there you go, salmonella. Now you know.
Don't put them in your mouth, even if you can fit a 4-inch turtle in your mouth.
Oh, I love it. Right, lunchtime.
Lunchtime.
Yeah.